Hello everybody, and welcome to Dakman Productions, and welcome to another Dakman Productions podcast. It's been quite a while since I made a podcast. I'm dedicating this one to why are my comments disabled? I seem to still be getting a lot of questions about that. And so let's go back to 2019, where my comments were all enabled, and COPPA decided to crack down on YouTube and gave YouTube a huge fine. And I know this is old news to a lot of people, but I'm still going to go over it again. So they decided to go after YouTube for collecting information from kids who were using YouTube. And I guess the kids were using the regular YouTube instead of the For Kids YouTube. So I guess that was sort of one of the things that was going on. So there is a YouTube for kids, but they were getting on the regular one instead. And there was some argument with people with this that maybe YouTube should have a program for age verification, and then people would go back and say, oh, well, the kids are only going to lie to get on the regular YouTube to see what they want to see anyway. So COPPA came in, gave YouTube fines, and they got together with the FCC, which regulates TV, radio, and all that fun stuff, and put all these rules in place. And the rules are they're not allowed to collect information from kids, which that's the way it should be. But unfortunately, when they split the as made for kids and then not made for kids videos, whenever you make a video as made for kids, it will disable those comments. Now, what does YouTube consider as made for kids? There's a lot of gray areas in that, and even the best lawyers in the world, we're looking at these guidelines, and they're just way too gray. I guess, if I had a Thomas wooden train set and I was showing you that would be, yes, made for kids. So that would be definitely something as far as relation to what Dakman does, with model trains. If I had a wooden Thomas the Train set and I was showing a video of that, then yeah, that would be marked as made for kids. But there's just so many gray areas, and there was a couple deciding factors whether I should mark my channel made for kids or not. So I do individual videos. I do not mark the whole channel as made for kids. I mark individual videos instead. Marking your whole entire channel as made for kids is it just limits you way too bad and too much, and besides, not everything I do is made for kids anyway. Now I notice a lot of other YouTube creators, when they do model train videos, they'll put a disclaimer in their description, not intended for viewing audience under the age of 14, because COPPA and the FCC got together and said any person who is under the age of 14 is considered a kid. And if you were to pick up any Lionel train box, and it says the same thing on the Lionel train box, recommended ages for 14 and up. So technically I could mark most of my videos as not made for kids, but I don't, and here's why. Basically, when I started Dakman Productions in 2011, along the way, I made some promises. I actually started in 2010, but anyway, we'll go on. I made some promises, and those promises were that I would always make my channel kid-friendly. And so when the COPPA thing came along, the FCC thing came along, and did that clamp down, I had a decision to make. I could either mark my channel not, or my videos not made for kids, and move on from there and give up on that promise, or keep the promise that I made along the way and mark certain videos as made for kids so that they would get to see the videos as well. And that's what I basically did. I made a promise a few years ago, and I kept it. So now when I create a model train video, I will mark it as made for kids, and as per YouTube's guidelines, their program automatically disables the comments on the videos. And their reasoning why is because if a kid comments, they don't want to be able to, if somebody comments, they don't want the kids to be able to see certain comments in the videos. But as far as my end of it, on Dakman Productions YouTube channel, all the comments have to be approved anyway, for any of you who follow my channel. So where does that leave us? That leads us to where, like my review videos and my podcasts will have comments enabled, because these will not be made for kids. The only thing but I will make for kids is the actual model train videos. They will still remain for kids. The rest of it will not. So you'll still be able to comment on some of the videos, just not all of them. If you really want to be able to comment on the videos, the best thing to do is just follow Dakman Productions on Facebook. I always post a link to the YouTube videos there, and you can comment away all you want on Facebook, on Dakman Productions on Facebook. I've been on Facebook for quite some time. If you open up the description to every one of my videos, you'll see the link to Dakman Productions on Facebook. I noticed that you have to open up the description a little bit more because it's down there at the bottom. But if you press the arrow where it says show more on the right hand side, you'll expand your description and it'll have the link to Dakman Productions on Facebook. And so if you guys want to comment on Dakman Productions YouTube videos, you can do so on Facebook. And so I figured if I explained that the viewing subscribers and the audience would have a little bit more understanding to what I'm trying to accomplish here. Because let's face it, if we don't bring this to this model train hobby to the kids when they're younger, then more than likely when they get older they won't have no interest in it. So the thing is to bring the model train hobby to the younger generation. And but it's all because of YouTube was gathering information. Now, I know a lot of you guys are like, well, we just won't watch YouTube, or there's other places to go. Look, unless you've been living under a rock for the last 5 years or 10 years or more, just about anything out there that's a smart device is gathering information on you, whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not, whether you believe it or not. But it's true. Your cell phone, gathering information on you. That's why certain ads will pop up on something you just researched. So you went onto eBay and you were looking at TVs, and now all of a sudden you're getting all these TV ads popping up on your cell phone from Walmart, from Target, from all these other places. And basically, it's the same everywhere else. Facebook gathers information, Instagram, Twitter, all these places that are on these that are set up or gathering information. And why is that? Is because ads are what pays for these places to be up and running. Because you'll notice You don't have to pay to be on YouTube. You don't have to pay to be on Facebook. You don't have to pay to be on Twitter. You don't have to pay to be on Instagram. But all this stuff isn't free because somebody has to pay for the maintenance of the website. Somebody's got to pay for all the computers and the computer storages and all that stuff that's going on. And these people that work at these places, this stuff doesn't self-generate its own money. It's all done through ads and sales. So every time they sell something, like if you click on one of my videos and you'll see an ad playing for a remote control helicopter, and you click on an ad and you watch the ad. Now YouTube is getting paid because you clicked on the ad, and then if you buy that product, YouTube gets a certain percentage of the sale. So that's how these places are making money. So, but there's a downfall to that. They gather up information and see what you're watching. Even your smart TV gathers information on you. So you watch certain programs and it feeds back to your cable company what you're watching, and then it throws recommended movies at you. And even streaming devices do that. So if you're watching Amazon Prime or Tubi or any of them other apps on the streaming devices, they come up with recommended videos. And how do they do that? By the feedback of what you're watching. So yeah, there's gathering of information on a lot more than what you think. And that's why places like Prime Video and YouTube now pop up when you go to log on. Who's watching this TV? Is it kids or is it you? So, but that's the reality of it. So hopefully, whether you believe what I'm saying or not, you can do your own research. But that's the way it works. Moving forward. I'm sure you guys are probably wondering, why are you wearing this bright orange shirt? Because I feel like that I'm a prisoner of COVID-19, just like the millions of other Americans out there. I haven't been to a train show since February. February was actually the last train show that Dakman Productions has attended and shot video of. And so far, train show events inside or indoors have been canceled or haven't been happening. The world's greatest hobby just announced not only did they cancel the rest of 2020, but they also canceled the entire year of 2021 shows, and they will not be back to train shows until 2022. So you might want to visit the World's Greatest Hobby Train Show website to see that information. Greenberg has been trying to open up. They were going to have the Oaks and Pennsylvania show, and also they're going to try to have Edison and New Jersey show. Both of them got shut down by the governors. They originally gave them the okay, and the governors removed the okay. So they had to end up canceling them shows. Greenberg is now reviewing whether they should just cancel the rest of the year or not. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know that it sucks a little bit. But what are you going to do? There's a virus going around, and some people have their own theories about that, but I'm not going to get into that. This is going to be about shows and what's going on with Dakman Productions. I'm not getting into any politics. And the next one is that Dakman goes to is the Great Train Show in Maryland. There hasn't been much activity on that website. I've been keeping an eye on it, but ever since they canceled the one back in March or May, they haven't really updated as to whether or not, what the future is of train shows for them. But luckily, I'm still able to bring you model train entertainment through KANAHAY Rail, and luckily, Dakman Productions does have these O-gauge layouts to bring to you for entertainment. I will continue to bring you the viewing audience, model train entertainment through KANAHAY Rail. As I formerly announced or announced beforehand, KANAHAY Rail does have 2 layouts and 1 display. KANAHAY Rail O-gauge high rail layout, that's where everything is true scale, 1/40 scale dimensions as much as possible, and runs prototypical as much as possible to the time period of the locomotives with the rolling stock. So try to keep it real on there. Dakman Productions also has KANAHAY Rail traditional O-gauge layout, where everything's on tubular track. You guys have seen videos of that. Everything's on tubular track. It's all semi-scale. There's a mix of everything. There's really no rules there. Anything goes. Whimsical, realistic, or whatever. It's all that's the fun layout, I call it. And then the third one is actually a display. I think you guys might have seen it in one of my videos. I showed it real quick near the end of a video. My original A27 layout, which is on A27 track, that's the set that I got in 1976. That was my very first train set, and also my very first 9L train set. So that's basically what I'm trying to do for you guys, for the audience, guys and girls, sorry about that, but for the entire audience. I'm going to continue to bring you entertainment until the train shows resume, and whenever that's going to be, I don't know. That your guess is as good as mine. And I'm going to try and keep coming up with ideas and fresh things to do for everybody. And if you have an idea you want me to do or you want to see on KANAHAY Rail, either high rail layout or the traditional layout, let me know. I got plenty of trains to pick from. As far as rolling stock, I recently got into going from Conrail to Norfolk Southern. You guys already seen videos of that. Also, I have one CSX locomotive, an AC6000, in the what they call the modern boxcar logo theme. And I have a CSX law enforcement Line L locomotive on pre-order. Looking forward to that. For anybody out there, I'm looking for a Line L Legacy Penn Central SD45. They sold out before I could even get one. Guess that's the way it goes when you don't pre-order. Coming soon, I have MTH Premier Conrail Coke Hoppers on pre-order. They'll be coming in soon, so I hope to do a run with those. And some people ask me, did Conrail even have Coke Hoppers? I don't know, and I don't care as far as that's concerned. I know I just said I tried to run real and prototypical, but I really wanted them to look good. So whether Conrail really had Coke Hoppers or not, I don't know without researching, and I just bought them on a whim. And I will continue to add a little bit more to the modern era trains as well. And sooner or later, once I get that Penn Central or find that Penn Central locomotive I want, I'll run a Conrail Penn Central merger train. So I still have fresh ideas to keep the audience entertained. Also, I started the KANAHAY Rail O-Gauge Club. We have members who come over and actually run. I only allow like 2 or 3 people at a shot, but these are for the people that don't have a layout or have a small layout. They get to run on something big, and what they do is they'll bring their locomotive over to run, and then they pick out the freight cars, or I give them the freight cars a run, and they have fun. So we've had quite a few guests here and members who run on KANAHAY rails. So if you're around the South Jersey area, meaning the Delaware Bridge, Commodore Barry Bridge, that area, then give me a message, send me a message, or even you can even comment, because the comments will be up on this video. So if you're interested in running, send me a message or put in your comments. Yeah, I'm interested in bringing a locomotive over to run. Currently, I can only run Lionel Legacy or anything that has TMCC in it. And so I wanted to touch on quite a bit of things going on, and I'll be bringing you guys an update video here soon next weekend. My goal is to try and put out a video to entertain the at least the O-gauge community for, you know, at least every week, except for when there's a holiday. If there's a holiday during the week or the weekend, you won't see a brand new video, but I'm going to try and put something out every weekend for entertainment purposes and keep something fresh and out there. And once again, if you have any ideas, just put it in your comments, and we'll go from there. The last thing is, it looks like they're allowing outdoor activities to a 25 people gathering, at least in New Jersey. Some places have their limits, but they are allowing some outside activities. So you guys noticed that I did do a G-scale video not too long ago, the C&E Garden Railroad. So anybody who has you know, a garden railroad and would like to have video of it, and you're in the eastern Pennsylvania area, Jersey area, Maryland, East Maryland area, let me know, and we'll try and do you know, a video shoot, whatever have you. I'll probably be doing one here, another G-scale video here outside in October, so we'll see how that goes. But sorry I can't bring you all the scales of trains that you guys were so used to seeing from my train show videos, because it depends on my mood, what I do that day or who's there. But sometimes they'll do HO, sometimes they'll do O gauge. I even done a Z-scale video, and I was amazed at how many views it got, because it was too nice of a layout not to shoot video of. I mean, it was very well done, and I decided to do it. So if I see, although my interest is in O gauge, and it has been since 2015, and I was a previous G-scale guy from 2000 to 2015, I sort of focus on O and G. And then if I see something else that's, you know, I have time for, or if I have, you know, plenty of memory left, then I'll shoot the S gauge or the standard gauge or HO. I don't know if I've done N or not, but I don't think so. And I've done a Z scale. So there are other. I did try to bring a variety of model trains to the Dakman Productions audience. And well, I'm Sean KANAHAY. Thank you for joining me on another Dakman Productions podcast. Thank you for being a subscriber. And once again, I hope to see you guys on Facebook as well. And catch you guys later.